Hi friends, picture this. You are being accused of being a serial con artist, of scamming multiple people, not just one, not just two, not just three, a lot of people out of anywhere from $10,000 to $800,000 to, hey, maybe even $1 million to $2 million, faking cancer 4 times, terminal cancer, not just like a sketchy mole, pretending to be a doctor, check fraud, charity fraud. And that's just to name a few things. And there's also a wildly successful limited series podcast all about you and those shenanigans, just, taking over the internet right now. Would you lie low, kind of just creep off into the shadows, be on the DL for a while? Probably, right? Well, that's the true beauty of Elizabeth Teckenbrock, or as we call her, Elizabeth Fraggle Rock, Elizabeth Chicken Broth, all of those super lovingly appointed nicknames. Maybe it's just the sociopath in her, but she just cannot help herself. And I think that this latest scam, yes, the woman on TikTok, the serial con artist in Tampa, the one who has been all over TikTok saying that she's taken accountability, she's done horrible things, super vague accountability. Once again, you're not taking accountability if you can't actually admit to what you've done. But she won't do that because then she'd be admitting to crimes and then she would be, potentially charged and convicted, right? Yeah, that's a topic for another video. Actually, a video I already made. Go watch it. It'll be linked below. I'll probably forget actually, so it won't be linked below. You can just go find it on my channel. Back to the most current scam. So yes, all while Elizabeth Teckenbrock, I almost called her chicken broth again, is on TikTok talking about how she's changed and she's growing and she's doing so much better. Guess what she's still doing? Scamming, in my opinion. Hi friends, this video that you're watching right now, the subject of it, let's be honest, they are a buzzkill. They are a vibe killer, so to speak. But you know what's not? The sponsor of this video, which is Bellesa. Bellesa is a for women by women company whose mission it is for everyone to explore, embrace, and celebrate their sexuality. My friends at Bellesa and I are literally sending out free gift cards or whisper vibes with every order. That's insane. Speaking of the whisper vibe, this gal is incredibly discreet. She's made of super soft silicone for comfort during use and waterproof and rechargeable. Do you hear that? Hardly. She is silent, but powerful. And then we also, of course, have the OG, the Pebble. The Pebble fits perfectly in your hand. And as you can see right here, there are separate buttons for the suction and the vibration, meaning that they are controlled separately. And its little discreet case is rechargeable too. And what's this? Oh my gosh, is it headphones? Is it some type of super discreet normal device you would just have around your house? It's the Flutter Vibe. And the Flutter Vibe is also waterproof and rechargeable. Now remember, y'all, orgasms are for everyone. So thank you, Bellesa, for sponsoring this video. Please do make sure that you click the link in my description box so that you can take advantage of getting either a free whisper vibe with your order or a free gift card. Elizabeth posted recently, or promoted rather, on her TikTok, this video where she's dancing around saying that she started a new Instagram. That's like her closet Instagram. And even in the bio, it says, come shop my closet. And now there's no posts because she was doing it mostly in her Instagram stories. That's pretty common for like reselling type things on Instagram. I get it. She has 366 followers over there and she's only following 2 people. And there's no grid posts. It's been pretty quiet over there recently. However, she was selling a good amount of things on there. Allegedly. Allegedly, she was actually selling them. The question is, was she really sending them out? So thankfully, I had 2 people reach out to me regarding this. And yes, it has only been 2 people. I don't know how many people bought from her, but hopefully we're able to reach people who did buy something from her and they are inclined to reach out to me with receipts and proof that they purchased something, sent her money, and then, the cycle continues. All right. So this person replied to Liz on June 5th. So about a month ago, and replied to one of her stories and said, has anyone claimed? And Liz responded and said, they have asked, but no one has paid for it yet. So if you want, it's yours. And she said, how are you doing shipping? Are they going through goods and services on PayPal? And apparently the girl was wanting to buy a Lululemon jacket. It looks like for, what was it? $15. And then it just says a bundle of bathing suits. We will come back to this, but it says 50 plus size small swimsuits, $50. So like, obviously that's for just a bunch of them, which like, girl, I hope you wash those. Oh wait, she never even sent them. allegedly. And then Levi's shorts. All right. So she said, I can do PayPal. No one else asked for that, but I'm fine doing that. It's $15 for shipping just because that is like gonna be a larger package and I'll ship through FedEx and give you tracker. And the girl said, okay, sounds great. I'll take this also. And she said, all right, you got it. And she sent over her PayPal QR code, whatever. And she said, oh, what's the price for these? So picking out something else, $15. Okay. You have so many good things. She said, I am literally not even a quarter of the way through all my stuff. It's actually insane. She said, should I wait to bundle? She's totally up to you. I'll probably be done within the next half hour if you want to wait. Okay, girly, that's all for now. And she said, I'll take the set of bathing suits. So all of those bathing suits, Lululemon size, I guess, small jacket, and those Levi's shorts that I slid up on, meaning that she responded to. Are all those items still available? Yes, I saved them all for you. Okay, it's $80. And then I should be able to ship everything for the same amount, $15. And she said, okay, sweet. I just sent you $75 on PayPal, goods and services, which thank God she did goods and services. Send your address, babe, and I'll send it out this weekend. So for just a little second, let's have a little look-see at the calendar here. June 5th was a Thursday, right? So she said this weekend. So everything was supposed to be shipped, let's say by Monday the 9th of June. And she said, got it. I'll send you the tracking information this weekend. She said, thank you so much, the next day. And she said, hey, do you have the tracking number? And that was on 8th, that following Sunday, which Liz said that she would have it all sent out. And then that evening, she said, hi, I'm sending it out tomorrow morning on my way to drop my daughter to camp. It is much cheaper at the post office. That is true. Shipping like bigger packages is cheaper through the post office. UPS was $60 today with the size of the box, and my grandma can get me a discount at the post office. Girl, how can your grandma get you a discount at the post office? What does that even mean? Who gets discounts at the post office? Does your grandma work at the post office? What's going on here? And the girl just says, thanks for the update. You got it, babe. That Monday, heading to ship it now. Yay. Here's the tracking number. My grandma get me the discount. So her work essentially just collect the packages, and then the UPS, not USPS, UPS carrier comes and get them. But that is the label and the tracking number. And she said, okay, is it shipping USPS? And she said, yes. You just said UPS. And then on the 10th, which was Tuesday, she sent 2 voice notes, and she says, okay, sweet. I get the 2 confused all the time. So I'm assuming she's just saying like, sorry, I get UPS and USPS confused, just like the name. A lot of people do that. That's fine. And she's like, sorry, I get super busy, whatever. And she said, busy can be good sometimes. Sometimes not. She said, this is what it says on my end. And it was a screenshot of the tracking number. And it says, maybe they just haven't picked it up yet. And she said, I'll check with her in about an hour. I think they pick it up and then they scan it when it's at the actual post office. I have like 4 others that I sent also through Poshmark, and I dropped them off at my grandma's, and Poshmark created the label. They still haven't been scanned. So that's my guess. Girl, when you send stuff through Poshmark, does Poshmark create the label? That's weird. So she was saying, okay, so yes, it's like through eBay where you can create the shipping label through there. But the thing is that why wouldn't she have just done all of this through Poshmark and like had people buy it through there? That doesn't make any sense why she is doing it on Instagram and there. I really don't think she has a Poshmark. Honestly, being a creator and having a Poshmark is genius, but I would never want to actually deal with all that bullshit. How do you search on Poshmark? How do you search on Poshmark? I don't want to sign up for Poshmark, babe. Like, can we not? Oh my God, choose a username. Okay, this is ridiculous. This is insane. This is crazy. Oh, Elizabeth Nicole Teckenbrock, that is her middle name. And it says she's in Largo, Florida. From this site, all I'm seeing is Charlotte Russe shoes. Stop it right now. Charlotte Russe heels and a pair of Candy's heels that she was trying to sell for $35. Aren't Charlotte Russe shoes like $10? Oh, that's interesting. When you go to the About Elizabeth Teckenbrock thing on her page, it says that she's had the account since May 2015 and that she was last active on there a month later. And hey, she could have created another one. For sure. Absolutely. But that's literally the only Liz Teckenbrock one I'm seeing on there. Not seeing any other one. Maybe if she was real smart, she would have, well, if she was real smart, she would have done this, but maybe she did it by the same username. Nope. What about more than Elizabeth? Nope. Okay, so I don't think that's true. And hey, if she wants to prove us wrong, she's absolutely welcomed to show us receipts. Then again, they will probably be doctored and I won't believe anything that she says anyways. All right. So she said I dropped them off at my grandma's and Poshmark created the label and they still haven't been scanned. So that's my guess. Now, sometimes when you ship something just like normal, like ground shipping, whatever, what'll happen is when the label's created, that's like the first activity on it, right? So then there's actually a tracking number, but until it is scanned and leaves wherever, right? It's not going to have any information on there. There'll be no tracking information other than just the number. Then when it actually like gets to the sorting facility of where it's going, sometimes there's multiple stops, but when it gets there, there'll be another one. And sometimes there's only two, but then there'll be at least another one when it gets to you and they scan it, they have it at your house, whatever, when it reaches its final destination. Spooky. So there's that. Now her saying like, oh, they just haven't been scanned yet. They scan it when they pick it up from the actual post office. Girly Pop, you said you created the shipping labels and like Poshmark creates the shipping label. Okay, well, that means that you created it through Poshmark and like you printed it out and put it on the thing and dropped it off there. That was 2 days ago. So the Thursday following the Monday that Liz said she sent everything out, that it was out of her hands. Our girly pop number 1 sent a message saying, hey girl, I love these. These are so passive. The most passive emoji ever is this. Some people use it unironically, but I love it. Anyway, still no update on the tracking. I will screenshot to show you what I'm getting. Good job. And you can see that it says pre-shipment USPS awaiting item, meaning that it has not been received. When they get it from you, usually they scan it and then, toss it in their outgoing thing and then received by the, facility, whatever, or by, storefront or whatever the fuck it says. And then Audi, who is this? So that was in the morning of that Thursday. And then that Friday, Liz reaches back out. Hi, does it have an update now? If it doesn't, I'll send you it back. And then about 2 hours later, it's still saying the same thing. What happened? You got scammed, babe. That's what happened. I have no idea. A day later, girl, it's been a week since this girl sent you money, but they have been picked up. So she's adamant that she put what this girl paid for in a box and sent it, and it has been picked up by the carrier. Do you have Cash App? I'm going to send it back. You'll still get it, but I'll pay it. Why are you sending it through Cash App? Why don't you send it through PayPal the way she paid? You know what? She might have is there like a Cash App credit card? I don't know. I feel like people are scamming on Cash App. And she said, I don't have Cash App, only PayPal. If you send it back through there, that would be great. And didn't hear anything back. So she messaged again and said, I did request a refund to PayPal as I have not received anything from you. And then again, a few days later, okay, I can send it back on there. I'm sorry. I don't know why it hasn't arrived or why it hasn't even sent on my end. Probably because you didn't fucking send anything, Elizabeth. I don't see anything. I don't even see the request. Can you send me your PayPal username and I'll send it back right this second? And she said it will be under activity as well since I recently sent you money. All right. So that was on the 16th. And then I believe like a week later, I think the girl messaged Liz again and said, any update on when you're sending it back? If not, I can just dispute it at this point. Haha. Like this woman gets way too many chances from people and it's fucking crazy. Okay. So she said, hi, I allowed them to send it back. I allowed them. Okay, girl. It just says it's pending. So if you can tell me when you get it or not, I don't mind to send it to you on another platform, but I haven't received it yet. Like it never deposited it to me. I think it doesn't until you receive the package or something. That's false. How the would that make sense? PayPal doesn't even know what this is for. I'm not sure how it works, but I don't mind to give it back. You don't mind? You can't just take this girl's money. She said, okay, I'll call PayPal and see what's going on. Oh, how interesting. Right then, right when she's like, all right, I'll call PayPal, bye. Probably because Liz altered that screenshot that we just saw. She said, it sent it. How convenient. It's pending now and packages will be there tomorrow. And she said, just keep the money. And the girl said, if I receive the package, there's no way I will keep the money. That's not who I am. I have not received anything from PayPal, but I will check the tracking to see. And if I receive it, I will contact you. Now, I just asked this first girl if she has any update on her end, if she received any money back from PayPal or from Liz, because it still says, apparently, still haven't received the money. But like I said, I messaged her and asked her any update on getting a package or getting your money back. So I just looked it up and it's still pre-shipment. Still nothing, right? Which is to be expected. All right, so that was with that girl. That was the first one. And then I had another person reach out to me. Okay, now there is girly pop number 2 who was allegedly scammed by Elizabeth, and she got mad at this one, which is pretty great. Not great, obviously, sad. Both these girls supported her, believed her bullshit. And it's really insane to not only scam anyone, but specifically scam the people who do support you, because like that is your fan base. That's literally all you have. And like what you do everything for, it seems. It's crazy. This girl was buying a Coach purse or something, like a yellow purse, I guess. And Liz responded to her and said, "Hey, girly." It's not cute when she says it. "Other people are asking and I didn't get your payment. So I just wanted to make sure before I go ahead and give it to them." And she said, "Just paid. Sorry." She said, "Got it. Thanks." She said, "Thanks. Take care of yourself." She said, "I'll send you the tracking information as soon as I send it out this weekend." I assume that was like June 6th, which of course, I mean, this is basically the same timeline as like the previous girl, right? So it's pretty crazy that she's saying like the exact same shit to both people. That's a little foreshadowing for you. Okay, so she's like, "Yeah, I'll send the tracking this weekend, whatever." And she's like, "Hey, are you selling any jewelry or makeup? Trying to get a bundle." And then, of course, the Sunday rolls around. The girl hasn't received anything yet. And she's like, "Hey, were you able to send anything this weekend? I'm a little nervous because I went to Cash App you and it had several warnings of people reporting the account for fraud." Love that. I love that so much. She said, "Yeah, they did it over and over. All Andrew's people." Yeah, girl, is it all Andrew's people? Or is it people that you scammed? Like you can't just go on like a point of sale or like a platform like that and reports, because like you might be able to, I don't know, but I would assume it would have to be like a verified transaction, right? Like you go to report the person, then it's like, okay, what transaction like was this, right? Or you're reporting a transaction as fraud. If there's nothing to report for fraud or scams, girl, but it's all Andrew's people, right? Yeah, I bet. And she said, "Yeah, I had a feeling. You beautiful, beautiful, sweet angel. Can't believe you fell for it." I mean, I can't believe it. Absolutely, I can't believe it. And I want to talk more about that in a minute too. But she said, "I just wanted to make sure. I know he's done that and had people do that before. I'm so sorry." Girl, how does Andrew have the time? He does not. He's parenting 2 toddlers. They aren't toddlers anymore, I don't think. Anyways, she said, I haven't shipped first thing in the morning. Oh, I think she meant to say, "I'll have it shipped first thing in the morning. UPS wanted more than 15 to ship, $40. But my grandma said she has a discount at the post office and it will be way less. As soon as I send it in the morning, I'll send you the tracking information." Okay, so she's, I assume, told everyone now that she's sending things on the 9th. No problem if you need more money for shipping. That's no worries. I know shipping costs are going up everywhere. I just ordered from ASOS and the shipping bill was huge. I get it, blah, blah, blah. She said, no more money. I got it handled for the other costs. I'll send it in the morning. I have 2 of the same bag and you're going to love it. Oh, you have 2 of the same bag, do you? Interesting. It's almost like she's saying that she has 2 of the same of something so that if people see it in her social media after this point, that she can just say she has 2 of the same. Why would you have 2 of the same Coach bag? Why? And you're gonna love it. Girl, $40 for shipping is a lot. You don't need to pay that on your own. No, it'll be 15 or maybe less at the post office. UPS was charging 40. Oh, I see. Yellow is my favorite color. I bought so many yellow things. I've got my colors done and I'm a spring, blah, 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 whatever. Love that for her. Color analysis. Go off, babe. And then she said, heading to shipping now. That was Monday morning. And the girl said, thanks. Do you have the tracking number? Interesting. Does that number look familiar to you? Let's just see. Does that look anything like this one? The one that we just saw from the first girl? I beg your pardon. Is Liz just copying and pasting the same exact tracking number to every person? Could that also be possibly why she wasn't selling them on her grid posts and only doing it on her Instagram story so that people couldn't figure out who was trying to buy what? And so that those people would only be responding to her? Weird. That's very interesting. Oh my gosh. Wow. Also, before she deletes the account, I'm blocked from it, so I can't see it. But if y'all would be awesome and go to that Instagram account, the like shop my closet one that she did, not just Liz.jpg. If you can go to that one, there's like, 300 people following it. I know it's obnoxious. You don't have to do all of them, but if you can just like scroll through the followers and like screenshot a ton of them and send it to me, and then that way I can DM all those people and see if they received anything. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Because I'm sure all of them received this information, or at least most of them. If she was a good con artist, she would have sent out a few. However, and then she sent a long voice note. Don't care what that says because that's irrelevant. Hey babe, one of the packages updated, so I'm sure yours will anytime soon. Well, Liz, it still hasn't updated. She said, hi again. Thank you for staying on top of it and giving me updates. I have family in Clearwater, but I blah, 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 blah. Okay. We can go. Girl, you ain't gonna go anywhere with these people. All right. She said, hey, I sent you $40 back for the purse. It will send, but for some reason they haven't picked it up. And I don't want you paying since it's late. You'll still get it. She said, oh, you don't have to do that. Girl, yes. For real, let it be. It's rude that it hasn't been picked up yet. It's rude for you to scam people and not send anything. And that's on me for doing it that way. I'll let you know when it updates, she said today. Okay, thanks, girl. And that second girl was letting me know, like, she is also a survivor of domestic violence, and she shared her story with Liz, and she had been a supporter of her for a while, and how she just feels so stupid and, you know, taken advantage of. And that's completely valid and completely normal. And so I do just want to say that, like, that's the majority of the time why people don't come forward about having been scammed, because they feel ashamed. They feel dumb. They got, right? Especially in a case like this, when you have so many people who are calling someone out and you're like, no, like they're, you know, I've been there, like I believe it, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, you're putting your own biases and your own past and trauma and whatever kind of onto that person. And you might see a bit of yourself in them because, hey, they're lying to you and manipulating you and trying to, you know, mirror your own trauma to do so. But you're not stupid. They're stupid. You're a good person for wanting to, you know, believe the best in people and support someone and having empathy. I am not a medical professional. Obviously, I'm not trying to diagnose her. I do think that Liz shows signs that are eerily close to those of a sociopath. And I don't think she has the capability for empathy. I really don't think she does. Obviously, it's not excusing it, but I don't think she's capable of empathy at all. And it just kills me because this girl is so sweet. And Liz messaged her again. I think it was last week. Liz messaged her again and said, you're telling the internet you didn't get the bag and I didn't send you money. I sent you $40 back days after since it didn't arrive because I felt so bad. Because you felt so bad or because you didn't send it? And because the girl like was giving pushback on it. Because I bet there were some people who were like, oh no, like it's not your fault. Like it's okay. I don't want you to be out money. Like, Lord. So she said, I just said I ordered a bag and never received it. Hell yeah, girl. Like I'm so proud of this girl for like being strong and like assertive. You did pay me $40 back. I'll gladly say that. Good. I just still haven't gotten the shipping fee you asked for back and still no bag, despite you saying it would come. And the tracking number you gave me never said anything other than waiting for sender to submit item, which is when it says like pre-shipment, which meaning the shipping label has been created, but nothing has been shipped or scanned. I noticed several other people said the same thing. So I acknowledged that was the case for me as well. Love this assertive behavior, babe. Do not let her be like this to you. And then she said, I got the Cash App for the shipping of the purse. Thank you for that. I am assuming Liz like did it right after this. While I don't believe you actually ever sent it, I do appreciate you making it right. This girl said to the second one that I was just reading off, she even said too that she didn't intend to pay her back. I mean, even sure, yeah, she sent the 40 for this one. For the last girl, she didn't send anything back. Apparently, like I said, I messaged her and I haven't received anything from her yet, but that's insane. And you know, she didn't send back, like, why not just send back the full amount with the shipping as well? Like you're trying to like hold back as much as you can. Now, the thing that is glorious, absolutely glorious. We know that those two people received the same tracking information, right? It's very interesting that she just typed in the tracking number. Like, why do that when you could just take a screenshot of it? Like if you actually go to the place and like whenever I've ever sent anything, I just take a picture of the shipping label and just send it to the person. Like that's so much. And the reason why I do that is because like, one, I'm dyslexic. I'm not trying to type out the tracking number like perfectly. I don't want to do that. That's way too much. If the person then sees the picture and wants to copy and paste it, go for it. But like, no, it's just easier. Here it is. And also like that shows it's going to the person's address, right? I don't think she did that because she didn't have the other people's address on it, right? It was probably just for like, I don't know, some random person or some random address. And it didn't actually say multiple people's addresses. That's why I think at least she just sent just the tracking number. Now, this is a very common thing for scammers to do is to say they shipped something, create a shipping label, and then actually never send it. And the reason why it will say pre-shipment is because they've only created the shipping label, but never actually sent it to the carrier, UPS, USPS, FedEx, whoever, to actually have it scanned that it's been received by the carrier and then that it has left the carrier and that it is like on a truck and going, right? Now, one thing I love as well is like I said, a little foreshadowing back there of Liz saying that she has 2 of those Coach bags. I would think that it would be because that can be her rebuttal of, oh, well, yeah, I sent 1 of them, but I still have 1 myself. I had 2. Okay, girl. Sure you did. So when we look at the picture of those bathing suits and zoom in there, we can see that Liz has been wearing those bathing suits when she's laying out at the pool, when she's at the beach. But also another thing that she might try to say is, oh, well, that content was filmed before I sent it. Okay. So that's not true, because the pool you're laying out at is the pool of the Airbnb that your current flavor of the month, your current Mediterranean flavor of the month or Middle Eastern flavor of the month was staying at. So to my knowledge, like, girl, that's real time. You got on the same lashes that you were applying in your live stream that day. So no. And then the ones of her at the beach, she did a little response to her ex-husband, Andrew, saying that her legs looked like hot dogs at the beach. Also, like, I don't think that's fat shaming saying, or like negative. Whenever anyone takes, I think that's funny. Anyone takes a picture of, their like thighs at the beach. It looks like hot dogs, right? Hot dogs are legs. You could be 100 pounds or 300 pounds. Girlfriend, they gonna look like sausages. That's what happens. Anyway, so she made a like response video to him, basically right after he made a video while she was like still at the beach, wearing that bathing suit, like making fun of him. So no, you are posting this content in real time. Absolutely. This is wild. So please, as I have said many times on Instagram and TikTok and all social media, if you did buy anything from Liz's Shop My Closet Instagram, not just Liz.jpg, please, for the love of God, reach out to me and send me those screenshots and those PayPals or Cash Apps or disputes or anything like that. Please. Please, 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 please. And I want you to understand that even if you don't want to speak out, and if you do, that's amazing, go for it. But even if you don't want to like speak out on your own or on your own platform because you're worried about her followers coming after you, I need you to understand that she has such an inflated follower count number on TikTok. Everyone's TikTok follower count is very ridiculously inflated. And by that, I mean that Elizabeth Teckenbrock really only has probably like 30-ish followers who like are ride or die for her and will go be obnoxious in comment sections and like harass people for like a weekend or a week or whatever. I've been relentless with my coverage of her. I co-produce a podcast specifically about her, calling out her scams. She has accused me of felony level crimes. She literally thinks I live in her trash can, which I do. It's a joke. But if there's anyone that they are going to come after really hard, it's most likely going to be the loudest 2 people at this point, which is me and her ex-husband. And let me tell you, buddy, after being on YouTube for 10 years and full-time for 4 years, this ain't nothing. It's a good day for me, all right? It's literally nothing. And I know when you are not a content creator, any amount of that is overwhelming. You might not even like understand it. I get it, but just block them and move on. Who cares? The reason why it seems like there's so many though is because these people have been blocked so many times by her ex-husband, by me, by other pages and people who do call her out consistently, that they just make more accounts. And then from there, it seems like there's a lot more people on her side and like viciously defending her when there's not. It's either those types of people or the accounts that are just, I mean this with all due respect, which is none, because the information's out there. At this point, if you're falling for that information, like you are dumb. I don't think you deserve to be scammed by her, obviously. However, like this should be a lesson that before giving an influencer, someone you don't know or someone you do know, money, please just do a quick Google and look at the facts, look at the information that's there. Like there is a track record. At this point, there are more people calling out Elizabeth Teckenbrock than people that actually support her. So please do not let that inflated follower count on TikTok deceive you. She's deceiving people enough, all right? Anyways, that was very long-winded. I do apologize. Let's take a little bit of a breath. My goodness, I've been having some I call it like physical anxiety where I feel like jittery. So I've been having to do breathing exercises multiple times a day. I need to go get my medical something card so I can like microdose and just chill the fuck out. But let's just breathe. Let's calm down. We're okay. If you are at the end of this video and you are subscribed, your butt looks so good. Did you know that? You don't need a BBL, girl. You don't even need to do squats. All you gotta do is subscribe to my channel. Instant BBL. No downtime? Instant results? Them booty cheeks look so good. If you are not subscribed, you are dead to me. You know that. I wish the worst for you. I hope that you get acne between your titties. The only reason I say that is because when I am, a little bit hormonal, I do be getting some hormonal acne between my boobies, and it's the worst. So if you're not subscribed, I wish that upon you because I know how much it sucks. Anyways, make sure you're following me on TikTok. I'm trying to, be where the scammer is, unfortunately. I have been doing live streams in the morning over there and like other times randomly at night and like when I'm just doing admin work because this is my job. Although people on TikTok like to be like, why do you care? It's my job, motherfucker. Why do you care about your job? Anyways, so follow me on TikTok. I am over there. Follow me over here. Instagram stories pops off. TikTok live pops off and all that. Okay. All right. Little reminder. If you want to go over and screenshot those followers and send me screenshots of that so I can reach out to those people, not on her main IG, but on the one that is the justliz.jpg or not just Liz.jpg, whatever the fuck it is. We'll have it up here. Hurry, do it before she deletes the account. Okay, I'll see you in my next video. Stay feral, stay spicy, stay assertive, all those things. Goodbye.